Are you tired of walking in straight lines? Do you have a really funny walk? Does it take you a long time to circle around to a point? Now, if you said yes to any of those questions, then I believe that Fu style Bagua is the right style for you. Hey guys, Sifu Tex from Eternal Arts Kung Fu, and I'm here to show you how to Fu. So there are 5 main training methods that you should be practicing when you're practicing your Baguazhang. So the first of the 5 methods is qigong and Naegung. So qigong is a guided method of moving your qi through your body using external movements, where Naegung is using internal movements to make precise movements with your external extremities, right? So qigong, you're going to be doing more movement with your body, where Naegung, you'll see more posting. The second aspect is footwork. So you'll see in Bagua is known for its mud tilling step, especially in Fu style Bagua. So you have to master the aspect of the mud tilling step. Now that is a whole different video. We're going to touch on that on a totally different time because that takes a lot of time and development and very particular on how to do the mud tilling step. The third aspect is single change movement or single movement. Single movement practice is a great way to practice. When you're doing single movement, you are practicing one technique over and over and over. You could have a couple steps between the technique to move into a proper position to move it on your other side, but it's really focusing on that one technique. Now this is missed on a lot of people because a lot of times they get bored. But if you practice that one technique over and over and over, I guarantee your single change palm will be stronger than anyone else's single change palm because you practiced it. Now the fourth method of training is Tao Lu or forms. Now Tao Lu is by far the most dynamic and explosive looking in the practices. When you see someone else doing a Bagua form or Tao Lu, it just looks amazing and you want to do that. But until you practice and get down the qigong, Naegung, the footwork and the single movements, your Tao Lu is going to look like trash. So I really suggest spending time on single movement practice, which I'll show you one today. The fifth and final training method is two-man sets and applications. Now this is where it gets really fun because you can actually start learning to punch, kick, and how these techniques that you've been practicing for so long actually work. And then you'll learn how your footwork, as we first teach it really big, becomes really small. So today, we're gonna focus on 3 different movements that come from the first 2 training methods. So we're gonna do one movement of qigong, one movement of Naegung, and then one movement of a single movement practice. That way you can have something to start your Bagua practice today. Now the first movement that we are gonna do today is a qigong movement. Now this is the very first movement that we do in our Fu style Bagua class. It starts your circles moving, your blood starts circulating, and it's a really good movement to learn how to turn the waist because there's going to be a lot of circular spiraling energy. And so we want to warm up all of those joints and slowly move. So we're going to start. Sink into our right hip, raise our wrist, push down. Now, I'm gonna step my foot out flat. My leg is straight, my back leg is bent. Now I'm gonna push my hands out and reach forward, and I turn and shift my weight to my front foot. Now from here, I'm gonna pull back and continue to bring the hands back to my left hip. Now I circle to my right hip. My hands are going to reach out, pointing towards away my right hip. As I move forward, I shift my weight to the front foot, and I turn and back. Let's do a couple movements together. Now on the last one, we're gonna reach out and we're gonna close. So I reach out, step back, roll the arms back, and push down. Now we do the other side. I'll lift my wrist, shift my weight to my left foot here. Slide my foot out, bend my back leg, and press. I reach out from my left hip out, move forward, turn the waist, and pull back. Notice my leg is straight, turn, and I bend and sink. Let's do a couple together. Now we're gonna close. So we reach out, step back, roll the elbows up, and press down. The second movement that we're gonna do today is a Naegung exercise. So this is going to be more about getting our body into the proper alignment, but this will also help on all of our twisting of our spine. So when we're doing this exercise, we're also thinking about the qi and the blood flow that's spiraling up and then spiraling down. So it should be coming up and down at the same time as a circle here. All right, let's get to our exercise. So we're going to tuck our hips, bend our knees slightly, round our shoulders. Now, we're going to turn our right foot completely horizontal here to make a T. Now, we're going to take our left foot, we're going to swing the foot out to make a cross step. I'm going to raise my body up here and keep my shoulders round. That is step one. Now for step two. So now we need to get the proper hand position. So this hand, your left hand, is gonna spiral up, while your right hand is gonna sit. Your left hand is gonna spiral up. Your right hand is gonna sit across the body, under the armpit. Now your left arm should reach up to your ear, here. Right arm under the armpit. And now let's put it together. I'm gonna turn my right foot, my left arm is gonna drill up. Now I'm gonna swing my left foot, my left arm is gonna continue to drill up. And now to close, we're going to turn our body, arm extends out straight, right arm is gonna reach out under, twist back, and close. Good, now we need to do it on our other side. So, start straight up. I'm gonna turn my left foot to a T. My right arm starts drilling up. My right foot is going to turn out and hold. And close, reach out, unwind, pull back, and down. So the last move we're gonna do today is called single change palm. Now this technique is one of the most recognized movements in Baguazhang. So there are two ways to start this movement. We are gonna work on the very first basic way, and then I'll show you the second way here in just one moment. So we're gonna start with our feet shoulder width apart. I'm gonna take my right arm, I'm gonna extend it to the back, take my left arm, put it right at my solar plex, where my little belly starts to begin. Now I'm gonna lift my arm up. Here, I'm gonna stretch up across my arm. Now I'm gonna take my index finger and bring it down across my arm here and turn the palm. I raise up. Now my right arm goes up. Once I hit the apex, my left arm drops. I draw my arm. Palm. Up, over, down, palm. Up, over, down, palm. If you notice, every time I twist a little further to the back. That is the first way you can do it. Arm forward, reach out, pull back, and close. That is the first way you can do it. Now let's add a stance. So remember this one that we just did? Well, we're gonna almost do that exact same move. Now, we're gonna start feet together. Bring the arm back just like before. Now I'm gonna step out with my left foot here. Bring my arm up, twist, turn, down. Up, turn, twist, and down. Up, turn, twist, and down. Up, turn, twist, and down. Now we'll do the other side. Up, turn, reach, out, pull back, and close. Now, the really cool thing about the single change technique is that it's in almost every Bagua form that you're going to see. One other thing is, you can also double this up as a Naegung. So I start here, arm comes out, leg creeps under, draw my arm and press. Now I'm just gonna hold it. As I'm holding, I'm thinking about releasing and relaxing, twisting and counter twist. When you're holding it for a Naegung, a good rule of thumb is doing 1 minute per side. So those are your first 3 movements to start your Bagua practice at home. Now, there is no substitute for finding a teacher, but if you can't find a teacher in your area, following these little practices is a good way to get started in your Bagua journey. Hey guys, if you like this content, please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment down below if you want to see more. I plan on releasing more Bagua tutorials coming up soon. So please like and subscribe, click a link to see more videos, and we'll catch you on the next time. Hi, I'm Seafood Tex, and I'm here to teach you how to Fu. Hi, welcome back to your introductory level Fu Bagua tutorial. So what we're doing today is we're going to take the 3 basic techniques and exercises that we did last time, and now we're going to add a little bit of footwork to them. That way you can do your very first walk and start looking like a Bagua expert. So last week we did the very first exercise. Now what we're going to do is add some footwork to this exercise. So we start, feet together, we're going to do our opening. So we turn our right foot out onto the lane of the circle. Arms extend up, palms up, elbows in, twist down, palms flat. We're going to circle out to our right hip, circle out, and then end in our left hip. When we pull back to our left hip, right foot steps out. Now on this next step, I'm gonna hook step in, where my knees come together. I'm gonna reach out, turn my waist. Now my hands are gonna come down to my right hip. And now I push my left foot out and begin my walk. Now for the second technique, instead of going into a twist stance, we're going to do this with the mud tilling steps. So we start with our feet together facing forward. From here, just like technique 1, I'm going to open up my right hip, my arms are going to raise up, and I'm going to sink. Open, arms up, elbows together, and sink. From here, I'm going to make a box with my right hand on top. Now I'm going to drill my fingers, left hand up, right hand down, and open up at the hip. While I do this, I'm going to step out with my right foot and hit my posture. Now I can continue to walk the circle. Then I hook step, just like before. Now, I'm going to drill my fingers pointing down at each other and twist. Now I turn, step out, and walk. To close, we are going to slap, open up, elbows to the ear, and push down. The last technique that we're going to do today is called the single palm change. Last time we did it in a static position here, raising up, crossing in front, turning the waist, and dropping back behind. Now we're going to do something very similar, but we have to add our walk. So we start, feet together facing forward. We're going to open up, just like before. Arms go out, elbows turn in, and drop down. From here, I'm going to reach back behind, and my left hand is going to come to my waistline. Now, my right arm is going to continue to move up, and my left foot is going to step out into my mud tilling step. Reach under my armpit, up, down. Now we're going to walk. Hook step. From here, I'm going to reach all the way behind, lift up, go up my elbow, turn, and step out with my right foot down, and walk. Hook step. Slap, open, elbows, push down. Now remember, we want you to practice that 3 to 5 times each time you practice. Now we're going to put these 3 techniques in the walk together. That way you can have a form to practice at home. Remember, at the beginning, you want to practice slow. Make sure you focus on each of the transitions after the hook step. For all things Kung Fu and martial arts related, go ahead and like and subscribe, check out these videos, and we'll catch you on the next one. Hi, welcome back to your introduction to Fu style Bagua. This week, we're gonna learn how to walk. So walking is something that we do every day, some albeit better than others. But with Fu style Bagua and most Bagua styles, there's what they call mud tilling steps. Now this is a special way of walking that's particular to Bagua. Today we're going to go into detail on how to do the mud tilling steps for Fu style Bagua. There are 6 points that you must hit when you're practicing the mud tilling steps. We're going to go through each one of these points one by one. That way we can start working on your mud tilling steps today. When we're going to practice this exercise, we're going to start by walking in a straight line. You will notice that in Bagua, most of the time there is what's called circle walking. But before you can circle walk, you must learn to walk in a straight line. We're going to do all these practices today in one straight line. So the first thing you need to do for your mud tilling steps is have the proper body alignment. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in our internal posture. So our feet are going to start together, and we're going to move them out about a half step just to shoulder width. Now I'm going to tuck my tailbone and round my shoulders in my shoulder wells here. Let's start. We're going to open, elbows in, drop down, sink and round the shoulders and tuck the tailbone.
Hey guys, Seafood Tech here doing some editing, and of course my audio never came through yesterday. Looks like my microphones all gave out halfway through the video. So some of this is going to be a little different today. We're going to go ahead and do some voiceover and see if we can't get this video out there. Because the most important thing is that you see the steps. But I'll try and voice over it, do the best we can. We may have to reshoot this. Alright, hope you have a great day. Practice hard.
The second point that we're going to hit today when we're doing our mud tilling step is called lifting. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to sink into our internal body position, and I'm going to sink my weight into my right foot. As I sink my weight into my right foot, I'm going to lift straight up while keeping my foot as parallel as possible to the floor and raise it right above my ankle. Now the lifting is going to happen 2 times. One time at the very beginning when you first lift up from your starting position. And the second time that it's going to happen is at the very end or beginning, however you see it, of your next step. If I am already in the middle of my walk, I should already be in a position where my feet are pretty spread out far away from each other. When I lift from here, I want to make sure that I try and lift up while keeping my foot parallel to the ground. One way to help you lift up parallel to the ground is to think of a weight, grabbing the back of your heel and pulling all the way down to the center of the earth. The third point that we need to hit in order to do our mud tilling steps is called brushing the ankle. If we are already in our starting position, then when we do the step 2, lifting, we should already be here at our brush the ankle point. If we are in the middle of our walk, after we do our lift, we're going to move our foot parallel to the ground, like we're kind of rolling it over the skates. Now we are going to lift our foot and move the foot close to the opposite ankle and brush just past it, keeping the leg close and the hips closed. Step 4 is called kicking out. After brushing the ankle, we let our foot continue to move forward in a straight line, keeping the foot flat and parallel to the ground. This will sometimes look like a forward kick to the ankle. Make sure that your foot is parallel and that it seems like it's rolling across skates or sliding across an iced pond. The fifth point is called reaching. As the foot reaches the apex of your normal reach, we want to relax and drop the back knee and roll it towards the ground, causing the foot to reach out a little longer. Make sure to not let the foot roll up off the ground and keep the feeling of the heel on the back foot being weighted down. Now when you do the step, it is okay for the heel to slightly roll up on the back. The most important thing is that the front foot stays flat. Depending on your ankle flexibility, you may have to raise your heel a little higher than some others. Again, the most important part is that the front foot stays flat when reaching out. The sixth and final point to hit is called stamping or pressing. At the end of the reach, we are going to place the foot flat down like a stamp on a piece of paper. We want to make sure that we don't go heel-toe and that you reach forward and press down on the ground with the ball of your foot. When done correctly, your stance should be long but solid. Once you have completed step 6, the last thing to do is to go back to step 2 and continue to repeat. When practicing the mud tilling steps, make sure you keep the proper alignment from step 1. Your torso sitting on your hips should stay upright but curved. Make sure you have a gliding or skating feeling with each one of your steps. Now, a lot of times people will start to bobble or do what I call the chicken head. Make sure not to do this. You want to make sure your head stays flat and it should feel like a gliding sensation. Some people who have longer legs are going to have a naturally longer stride, and some people have a more flexible ankle. Make sure these don't deter you, as when you practice, you will get a more flexible ankle and you'll get better each time you do it. For the purpose of this video, we want to practice in a straight line. Make sure you're not going in any circles or trying to hook. Next week, we'll concentrate on the hook step and swing step and how to properly walk in a circle. Hey guys, for all things Kung Fu and martial arts related, go ahead and stamp that like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications. We're going to have more tutorials coming soon, and I hope to see you on the next one.